Hi. Hi. I've had a weird day because I worked with a producer today, and it was a good meet. He's a good guy. We had a successful session, and it was really helpful on a couple of different fronts for me. And I hope to meet with him again very soon. But I am coming to the understanding that I have no money. I barely have enough money to live. So, to be taking on another project like making music, it's a pricey endeavor when you're working with a professional producer. Hello, lady. And, he honestly, from what I have heard as offered in the past, he gave me a good deal. I'm looking forward to working with him. But because of the massive amount of work that I have, it just has really solidified. I just have to show you her because she's perfect. Literally, what the fuck? She's an angel. Because of the massive amount of work that I've actually completed already, it's kind of like, oh my god, now she's attacking me. You saw that. I saw you see that. She wants me to get back to my self-tapes. I'm in between self-tapes right now. But, yeah. At least do it for the camera, shit. But yeah. Because of the massive amount of work I have, I'm gonna have to do it myself. At the very least, primarily be using producers as consultants. I don't even know if they do that, but pretty much be doing it on my own. I know you want to play. She wants to box. I know you do. And it kind of just comes back to this thing though of you really have to do it all yourself. She just attacked. She bounced. You really have to do it all yourself, but also you can't do it all yourself. So it's damn, I have to balance that. And I was just kind of feeling a little lonely today afterwards because it's damn, in some ways it feels like my dreams. Ow! I wasn't even reaching out for you. You come after me. You come after like this in my own home. Yeah, it just made me feel a little lonely to think damn, I'm out here, I'm doing shit, I am getting on sets. But there are gonna be little moments. They're gonna and the truth is I would feel these things no matter where I was, even if I was back home in Minnesota, I would be feeling this way, for one reason or another. And full disclosure, why not? Let me share the reality. I'm going off of Prozac right now. I always took a low dose. I'm not going to say the numbers because maybe that's unnecessary, and also things have different effects on different people, and I'm not a psychiatrist, and don't take my word for it, anything other than my truth. But yeah, so because of an insurance thing, I have suddenly been taken off of a relatively extremely low dose of Prozac. But even that low dose, I am feeling the difference. And I'm trying to approach it with a curious mind. But, it's hard to think your way out of feelings. You can't really do that. And I would say overall it's a good experience because it kind of brings you back to the core questions of it helps you recognize patterns, right? These are the things that I'm feeling over and over again. And I kind of had a very tiny revelation that didn't even feel like a revelation or an epiphany. It was just kind of a realization, oh, well, this is something that that's why I'm here, And that can be the only way for a person like me, at least, who's lives an existential, if not angst, then existential latitudes. living in that just naturally all the time, because that's like just how my brain works. It's always the why. It's always the big why. And it's like, that's why you're here. To have a little fun, you know, play in the forest and like work out these knots. And so anyway, I'm feeling around in the knots. I'll say that. I'm feeling around in the knots of my, you know, my own particular tender insecurities, my own particular questions that lay unanswered. And it can rock ya. It can rock ya sometimes, and it can feel like a trap. But it's only a trap if you don't get up. So I'm getting up, back at it. Like I said, I'm in between self-tapes. Of course, I'm not going to miss my deadlines. Hell no. In fact, I'm getting them in early. Thank you. And after I'm done with my self-tapes, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to go back into Logic. It's 10 o'clock, but I don't work tomorrow. So like, I'll probably like try to sit and do some shit silently, obviously, respect, I have roommates, you know, for like 45 minutes or something before I go to bed. Also because I have laundry to dry. And yeah, so that's what's up. And I'm trying to not edit these videos, so I'm not going to cut out the little boring bits, like the fact that you didn't need to know that I was doing laundry. Like, who the fuck cares that you're doing laundry? Like, everybody's doing laundry. Well, we can do laundry together, and you can know I'm doing laundry. It's awesome. Clean sheets, bitch. Go clean your fucking sheets. So yeah, that's basically what my day was today. And I need money. I need to make some money. I need to find some alternative routes. Because, you know, as a musical artist, like, I'm passionate and I have a lot of work. And same goes for acting. But I don't know if I can honestly, truly, really envision myself being in the public eye, which I would love a career like Mitski, who literally is just like, let me tell you this. The era after this one, not this one, hey, this era isn't going away, but the musical era after this era, I'll give you a sneak peek right now with my words, Bog Witch, okay? Bog Witch, thank you. I'm going to be dripping in like mud and textiles and leaves, okay? It's like, it's going to be these fake leaves draped around my entire body. I'm going to be making dresses out of various natural forms, okay? Yeah, I'm going to be coming out the swamp. That I can promise you. Anyway, it's crazy this video is already 8 minutes long. But that's just like my little update for today. Honestly, it was like a good day. I was in the studio for a lot longer than I thought I was going to be, so I didn't exactly come prepared. I came prepared enough, and I did get something out of it. I got a great little teaser for myself for like what it can feel like to start to build up an actual song that's not just in your head and like played acoustically and sung. Like, what do drums sound like? What does a bass sound like when combined with your vision? Like, how does it all come together and form something unique? How does it all come together and form something distinguished? That's the word that was coming to me earlier, is how is this work going to distinguish itself from all the rest of the fucking shit out there? Like, there's a lot of music, and there's a lot of bad music, there's a lot of good music, there's a lot of music that's good, but just like nothing special. And not saying that like I want to make something that nobody's ever heard before. More importantly, I want to make something that, first of all, expresses my authenticity, and also that makes people feel like they're less alone. But how do I do that in a way that does have its own flair, does have its own flavor, does have something, some thoughtfulness, some integrity that maybe is unique. So this session today helped me to begin to ask those questions, and that is extremely important. And so I thank my producer friend, who I'm sure I will see again, for that experience. And I'll update you soon. It's a concrete jungle out here. It's a gloomy concrete jungle with a lot of pretty palm trees. Palm tree update. Before I came out here, on, for example, the John Mulaney special, Everybody's in LA, which, hello, I am. He talked about how all the palm trees are going to die because they're like getting to that age, and because they're actually not like a natural, they're an invasive species, or I forget exactly. They were brought here. And so now there's like a campaign to replace them with other kinds of trees, because in all reality, palm trees don't provide any shade and like aren't the best trees, and like also shed quite a bit. And then the palms, which I'm actually starting to notice myself, they're big and they like fall on the ground and then like are in the road, and they're like kind of hard. Like they're kind of like a like they'd be crunch. If you ran that over, you'd hear crunch. And so do we replace the palm trees with other kinds of trees? Now, what I was just saying before is that starting to live here a little bit, hey, I'm starting to understand the appeal. I used to think they were kind of ugly. Now I kind of get it. It's like a big pom-pom and a stick. I appreciate that. Pom-pom, pom-pom, pom-pom on a stick. A really big stick. They're tall. That's another thing. Like, you see them in the pictures, like, yeah, they're trees, but like when you're in person, it's like, oh, that's a tall, it's like a big, beautiful, natural lamppost. And so, I'm starting to get it. However, I think the truth of the answer is probably going to be a mixture. We need a little bit of the palm trees for the character and for the nostalgia sentiment. And then we need some other kinds of trees so that we can have shade and not be miserable, and actually have the practical use of trees like oxygen and things like that. So I just solved the problem. You're welcome. This is my new symbol. It's a heart of sorts. Enjoy.